Hi, this is Robert with Space Age Consulting and welcome to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Parrot teleprompter. This was a Kickstarter project that's been recently released. In fact, we're up to version 2 of the teleprompter. This can be had by itself or with a kit that includes the remote, which you can also purchase by itself. What comes in the box with the teleprompter is the teleprompter itself with a protective case, protect the teleprompter glass. And it also comes with some adapters that we'll be showing you later. These adapters allow the unit to connect directly to your lens. It has screw-on adapters for different lens sizes. I had recorded the opening to this review a little bit earlier, but I forgot it at another location. So I've had to redo it. And I've actually been fumbling around a little bit, which sort of proves the point of why I need a teleprompter and why it's important for me to really see if this would work for me. So let's jump right into this review. So I have created a script, downloaded the software on my spare phone, created a script for it. It's fairly easy. You type into it just like any other program, and I'm going to use the Parrot remote. The up and down arrows appears to go forward or backward when it is not moving. The right and left buttons, only when the device is moving, will speed up or slow down your text. When the text is moving and you press the up or down, it appears to enlarge or shrink the text, which to me is backwards, but we'll give this a try. And then there's a return button on the side. So we're going to hit OK to start this text, and I'm going to read it just as I wrote it. Now the autocorrect on the phone messed some text up, but this is just a test to see how well I can read the teleprompter. This is a test of the Parrot teleprompter. In order to use this product, I have created this script to work my way through using a teleprompter. I winner if I just remembered what I wrote. Our will read this and say it just as it appears on screen. I'm used to paraphrasing and saying what Congress to mind. Do this would be a departure from the norm. If this works, I can see using this in the field. If it doesn't work, then I might not be the product, but it might be me. Obviously, there was some typos in it, and the text automatically rewinds to the beginning. The typos are my fault, not the fault of the Parrot teleprompter. Now, how I set this up was I attached this to my 35mm lens using one of the attachments that comes in the box. It screws right onto the lens filter, and then the teleprompter slides down over that filter. I attached the phone right into the teleprompter, and I turned it onto mirror mode, oriented the phone just right so I can read it. Let's try this again. This is a test of the Parrot teleprompter. In order to use this product, I have created this script to work my way through using a teleprompter. I winner, and I should say I wonder, if I will just remember what I wrote or will read this and say it just as it appears on the screen. I'm used to paraphrasing and saying what comes to mind, so this would be a departure from the norm. If this works, I can see using this in the field. If it doesn't work, then it might not be the product, but it might be me. Now, even though I slowed the text down, I still made a couple of speech errors. It wasn't even reading errors. Now, in truth, when you're reading off a teleprompter, usually you are aware of what's been written in the script. The teleprompter really helps you. I mean, everyone practices with a teleprompter. I don't know of any situation where you'd come in and read a teleprompter blind without having some knowledge of what's in it, what's in the script. But this will help. I have some customers now who demand, who request the use of a teleprompter. So I can see purchasing this. The teleprompter itself is under $100. The remote is another charge. But the teleprompter, I can see getting the whole set. It would be the least expensive teleprompter, and it fits right on your lenses. It's not even some big apparatus that you have to purchase. Alright, this time I'm going to use the quick start script that came with the program. So I have not read through this before, this will be my first time. And it helps if I hit the right button. To play a script, just select it. Create a script using the plus button below. Access the settings to adjust the playback of your script. You can sign into Dropbox from the settings menu to add files to your device. You can add a Bluetooth remote to control playback. It can be purchased here, and it adds a link. Okay, something's wrong. I can't get the thing to reverse or take the speed. Okay, start that again. To play a script, just select it. Create a script using the plus button below. Access the settings to adjust the playback of your script. You can sign into Dropbox from the settings menu to add files to your device. You can use a Bluetooth remote to control playback. It can be purchased here. With the remote, you can use the up and down arrows to control the font size and the left and right arrows to control the speed. The OK button will pause and play the script. I didn't realize that. So I can pause the script and then start it again. I'm not familiar with using a teleprompter. I should say being in front of a teleprompter. I'm usually behind a camera or be in a control room. So using a teleprompter myself is a new experience, but I didn't have a problem with this. I'm going to test it out on a couple more people, so stay tuned. It's a new day, and I'm testing out the Parrot teleprompter, and I'm trying to see how well this works. Alright, so the phone was asleep, and I hit the back button on the remote, and it was able to come up. So let's get this started. I've created a new script. I wrote it myself, and I don't remember exactly what it says at this point, so this is sort of an unofficial test, and we're going to see how well it does. So I've hit play, and nothing's coming up yet. Here it is. It's a bit slow. Hang on a second, I have to pause it and increase the size of the text. I'll say this remote is acting oddly because while it's increasing the size of the text, I have the camera back a bit further and I'm not having as easy time reading it. So I've increased the size of the text, but now I've got to see if I can rewind, but I'm going to have to physically go and pull the screen down. So let's try this again. This is Robert from Space Age Consulting, an audiovisual company. I'm here testing the Parrot teleprompter on loan from Sandy Audiovisual, located in Laurel, Maryland. I admit that sometimes I struggle with recording these pieces because my mind races ahead of my mouth and I mess up my lines. Using a teleprompter adds more time up front to my workflow, but saves me time on recording and editing the back end. This particular teleprompter is inexpensive, portable, easy to use, and works with most lenses you might have. It also works with either Android or Apple phones. I do have a problem with the remote, at least with the Android version of the software and how the remote connects with the Android. The fact that I cannot scroll forward or back is a mistake in my opinion. The ability to increase or decrease the size of the text while it is running seems more distracting than useful. However, the ability to adjust the speed of the scroll is necessary. I also wish the raised buttons on the remote were more distinct from each other so that I don't have to look down to see what I'm pressing. You know, if my finger were to move off of these raised buttons, they all feel the same. So finding their placement requires that I might look down or it takes away from the actual scrolling. I'll see if I can test another way to control the scrolling software. I will be buying this from Sandy Audiovisual, full price unfortunately, you know. I don't get any discounts on these products even if I test them. And I think everyone thinks that's important to say, so you know that as I'm doing these reviews, I'm not getting anything for free. These are as honest a review as I can. You know, I'm buying this because it's at a great price point. It's at a great price point, and I'll be able to use it immediately. It's not perfect, but if they can address some concerns I have, it will be a much better product, at least for me. However, even that won't keep me from making it part of my arsenal. You know, overall, I see how I can use a teleprompter, how it's important for me. Now, as I said, I moved the camera back just a bit. I'm using a different lens. Last time I was using a 35mm lens, and I was able to keep it a bit closer. This time I put it on a 24-105 f4 Canon lens to see how it would work with different lenses. And it works fine. It's able to attach easily. I'm able to use it. But for my eyesight, it's a bit too far back from me. If I increase the size of the text, it might help. So let me see if I see that better. Yeah, increasing the size of the text did help. So I should have done that from the very beginning. I will say, if I'm increasing the size while it's scrolling, it has the tendency to jump, the text has the tendency to jump off the screen, and that causes a problem for me. I wish there was a way to scroll back, or even as I pause it and increase the size of the screen, the text that I'm reading jumps off the page. I wish there was a way to keep it in the same location and just increase the size of the text. So there's a couple of little quirks for using the product. But overall, yes, I'm honest when I say I will be buying this. I'll be able to use it right away, and I think it'll make even these videos better for me. As I said, it's going to increase my workflow on the front end, but decrease it on the back end. And I think that's better for all. So, as always, continue to watch for these reviews and some of the other work that I'm doing, as well as check out Sandy Audiovisual for some of their products, and I'll see you soon. Well, I won't see you soon. I keep saying that. That's something I'm going to put in the teleprompter.